What's up, YouTube? Esmo here with Fusion Garage. Here with another video. We're going to be working on some brake duct deletes. We're going to be making it out of transparent jade. Full custom work. There's no templates out there, so we're going to be taking our measurements, getting the delete to just cover pretty much this whole general area, get it bolted in. We're going to be doing it in transparent jade acrylic, and we're going to get it etched in with the tribal, with the gold forge here. And then we also going to do a custom Gurney flap on this Nissan. He wants to keep the one he has on here, so we're kind of thinking of mounting it to right here, have it come out, sit a little bit lower than the build he has on right now. So we're going to be taking videos of how we do all our measurements, how we make our templates, so stay tuned. All right, we're back. So first thing we're going to start off with is setting up the Gurney flap. So we're going to have to make our template. What you're going to need is a paper cutter, something that'll cut your cardstock as straight as possible. You want your straightest lines when making your template. So get a whole bunch of cardstock, paper cutter. You're going to need some painter's tape to go to hold all the pieces together after we cut it. And then obviously you're going to need your material, which we have back here. Sander after we cut everything, you know, with the jigsaw. You're going to need at least a 30 TPI saw blade for your jigsaw. And different sanding grits. We start pretty heavy. We go from 60 to 80, and then we finish it off with the 320, and then just torch it, get it nice and glossy. Here we go.
Okay guys, so we have these papers cut out into squares. This is what we're going to use for the Gurney flap template. Check it out. I already have the tape here lined up right here. So these tape are going to hold these square tapes paper together. So what we're going to do is actually, in order to get a perfect lining following whatever you're lining it up to, so the wing, you want to follow the body. So we're going to place the paper right here. You can see it. Try to do it at the edge, right on perfect, and then we're gonna tape it all around. Tape, paper. You know what I mean? And right here, he wants us to come up a bit, so we're gonna have come up from right here, do a slight curve, and then follow third brake light, going back down, and then again paper all the way around. That gets that bottom shape that we need, and all we need is that bottom shape, so we can put together more paper and actually draw out what we want. So he wants us to follow right here, just maybe like 2 centimeters under this, following the lining, and then curve down, follow the lining right here for the Gurney flap, come back up, all the way down. So we're gonna do all of that first. So we'll show you how this looks taped up, and then after we have that, we'll put it on longer paper and start drawing the template. Here we go.
Hey guys, so we got everything already taped up. You just use the squares to follow the body line. Use the tape to just tape the squares together. Do a little bit of an overlap just to make sure that there's no gaps as you go along. Add some tape on the bottom or on the top. You can just tape it directly to the car just to keep it from moving. Just go all the way down. Just like that. That's what you want to see. I mean, it's not the cleanest, it's not the neatest looking, but I mean, that's basically what you do just to get the template down. And so the customer wants us to have it go just below the one that he currently has. So we went ahead and just traced it from the back, followed it down all the way through, and then we're just going to shorten it about 2 centimeters or so. And on this end, you see how it stops right there. So we just rough etch of or a rough sketch of the body line of the stock spoiler. So we're just gonna go kind of just above that. So from the start, we're gonna have it come up a little bit so it meets with the build that he put on. So just like that. Do it on both sides. After that, then you can just take off all the tape and you're good. Sometimes what we like to do is we just put like a long piece of tape across the whole thing just to keep everything nice and sturdy when we untape everything, so nothing falls apart on us. All right, now that we got the template off, we went ahead and started doing our measurements. We decided to just shorten it out about a centimeter instead of 2. because 2 would just been like too much gap. So we decided to go with a centimeter. We had wide body red here. Just go through and just mark off 1 centimeter, about like, you know, inch apart. And I just came through with the ruler and just, you know, trace those dots, just line it up. When you get to about right here, that's where your artistic skills come in, just to get those curves nice and rounded. So we taped and reinforced all the overlap paper, so we can go ahead and cut the whole thing out and then trace it on a longer piece of cardstock that we had already set up. And then we could transfer this to the acrylic and then get that cut out. Here we go.
So we got the template cut out. That's how it looks. And we already traced it right here. So this is on that jade transparent acrylic. Any acrylic product you can find at your local plastic store, or just order it online and we just pay the shipping. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this out with a jigsaw and then sand it down. We like to do a little polish torching on the edges, so it gets that little shine pop out. But before we cut, number 1 rule, always test fit before you do it. So we're gonna go ahead and test fit this out first. And please don't mind the noise coming from my machine. I'm actually making awards coming up. Stockage Whips, Unity of the Whips, March 5th, 2022. Biggest team is gonna be located at the Anaheim. So we're trying to get this done before then. At the same time, working on this. So super busy. Just don't mind the laser machine noise. So we're gonna go ahead and show you the test fit right now. Okay guys, we have the test fit right here. As you can see, it does follow the body line at the bottom of the wing. And as he wanted this gurney flap to be smaller than the wing attachment he has on top. So as you can see, it is smaller right here, going all the way around. So imagine this in a pure acrylic. And then coming around here, we did follow the lining right here. And then the curve right here. It's great. Looks good, looks good. So we did follow that line too right there. So now just the overall outcome of this piece. And let's get to cutting.
Oh, hey. Hey guys, so yeah, we just finished cutting it. Check out our nice bow. Pretty sick, huh? It's for the new movie Archer. You know, coming out. Full acrylic bow. No, we're just kidding. So yeah, this is the Gurney flap. So we already did our test fit. We did our cut. So all that's left just to sand it. Do a quick burn polish. Then there we go.
Yeah, I mean, like, we could just make a big crossbow like that.
Oh, wow.
Big rubber band.
Get the customer safe.
There you go, huh? Okay, we got it cut out. Looking clean. Got that fine sand it down, fine sand it. Okay, so that's how it looks. It's sanded down. So what I'm gonna do next is take a wet cloth and wipe the edges, little buff with the rag. I'm gonna buff it wet, let it dry, and then we're gonna peel this whole masking. So if you can see, it's actually jade transparent right there. So we're gonna peel all that masking off, then we're gonna hold it and we're gonna actually torch the edges so it comes out to a nice polished finish. You don't want to torch it long, it's gonna melt, so just do a quick torch few times and get it right. Let's go. So before we go ahead and torch the edges, one last test fit. And actually before we peel the masking so we don't scratch the material, we're gonna mark the holes, drill the holes onto the acrylic first. And then we'll go from there. Let's get it. Taking a little break, haven't ate all day. Hit the gym early morning and started on this stuff. So if you don't know, we're from San Diego and we got the best tasting carne asada burritos, or Mexican food in general. San Diego do bring out that fire, if you don't know. So
That fuego.
we got that basic carne asada burrito. There's a Rolando's taco shop close by us, and pretty fire. But let you know, nowadays they make their hot sauce so hot, so you don't ask for like 20 of them. Yeah, so after we chunk this down, a few more hours, we'll probably be finishing up the install. Gotta torch the bowl right here and install that. We already started working on the brake duct deletes.
Alright, one thing you guys gotta know about San Diego burritos. You get a carne asada burrito, you're not gonna get no rice and beans in it. None of that. Pure pound of meat. Yeah, you get some pico de gallo, a little bit of guac. Straight meat. Now that's a real carne asada burrito. Get into arguments all the time with people from LA. So definitely not self-proclaimed as far as it being the best burritos, especially in California or even anywhere else. I got homeboys from Mexico that comes across the border just to get the carne asada burritos here. There's a reason for that. You know? Get into arguments all the time. Who got the best burritos? Oh, San Diego. Oh, LA. Oh, it's because you're from LA, so you say LA is the best. Yeah, we're from San Diego, so we say San Diego's the best. But they talk about, oh yeah, we get beans and rice in our burrito. I was like, if I wanted a plate, I'd get a plate. I don't want beans and rice in my burrito. Yep. I'd get a bean and rice burrito.
Or if you do want beans, they got a burrito called the conga burrito. It's bean, cheese, and carne asada in there. So you got guacamole, sour cream if you want. So if you do want beans, that's a go-to right there. But I mean, we're known for our Cali burritos.
Cheers.
Carne asada fries, basically in a burrito. I mean, those are cool and all. It comes with the French fries, but I like my meat. You know what I'm saying? The more meat, the more gains. So we're gonna go ahead and finish this. We'll see what the next project will go on right now. Stay tuned right now. All right, so we just finished the burritos. Time to get back to work. We marked the holes right here. It's about 5 8 apart. We are going to use nice washers. This is just a template one. He does have NRG green ones we're going to use. So basically we did our measurements. We marked the holes with a Sharpie. And then for drilling acrylic, I recommend you do it on a flat surface. So if you do it on the table, just know you're gonna drill right through the table, or you can do it on the floor, on the concrete, or put it on top of like a cardboard or something. But if you do it directly on the concrete, you're just gonna go ahead and drill straight down. Not too much force, just let the drill bit do its thing. Yeah. So you can see the hole already right there. So actually, and then I like to take this in. Do a little quick, clean it up, spin it around the side. We get a nice clean hole. Pull it off.
All right, so we set the gurney flat, made sure we got our fitment right. So then we marked the holes. Now we're gonna use a 3/8 bit so we can fit our walnut in. It's an M5 walnut. But you don't want to just start drilling with the 3/8. You kind of want to step up to it. So we're going to put like a 5/64 in first. Get started on it. So just be real careful. Start off slow. Kind of keep your hand. So you kind of want to protect the body. You don't want to damage a customer's paint or even your own paint really. And you don't really know what's behind. So you just want to start off real slow. Speed up a little bit. There you go. Now we're gonna move up to a quarter. So definitely take your time with this. Don't try to rush it. I know some of you are like me sometimes, like, hey, I got steady hands. I could just go straight to a 3/8. But the thing is, if you mess it up, or if you just move the 3/8 around too much, your walnut's not gonna sit in right, and you don't want that. You want the walnut to be nice and tight in there. Just like that. Simple as that. So a trick we like to use is we screw the M5 Allen bolt in there and just use that to push in the walnut. So we're gonna be using these NRG green washers that the customer provided. They originally come with M6 bolts, Allen heads or Allen keys, but we're gonna use M5 instead, and you know, they still sit pretty nice inside that little beveled inside, so it sits nice and flush right there. It'll hold up the Gurney flap just like that.
Okay, next we're gonna peel out the masking off the acrylic. We're gonna go ahead and torch the edges of these. Okay, so we did peel the whole masking. This is what the transparent material looks like. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna torch the edges. So you can either use a small one, just gives you a little precision on the burning, or you can use the bigger one. It'll be a faster process, but just be careful. You put the heat too close to it, too long, it'll start burning the material on the faces. So you want to do a nice clean and directly on the material, directly on it. Okay,
Not an angle.
Yeah.
There's no angle burning. Just directly. Just like that.
So this is what it looks like right now. Still kind of clean because we did
What is that, 320 grit?
320. Yep. Try and get rid of some of this and get it glossed out. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold it.
I'll do this side first so they can see it since you showed them it.
So after a quick torch, comes out a little glossy right there. Okay, so you can go like 2-3 passes, quick ones. But that's just the whole concept. So we're gonna do the whole thing. Okay guys, we're already trying to screw it in already. So we got the NRG nice washer right there. We got the M5 Allen bolt. So how these walnuts work, it just works like rib nuts, jack nuts, all similar, but these are rubber. So same concept. Once you are screwing it in, it compresses from the inside. It squeezes fatter than the hole, so it'll settle and stick in. I do know when they sell Gurney flaps, they do regular rib nuts, but they tell the customer you need to have that rivet nut tool. So a lot of times people are not gonna have that tool or buy that tool just to install the product, so they end up going to a shop or something. But so this is more of a DIY. If you don't want that tool or have to use that tool, I've used that tool plenty of times, but it is actually, depending where you're mounting it on, it's kind of hard to squeeze it. Amazing.
I'm actually admiring how on point the holes are. We're just so freaking good at this.
It's crazy. It's like we did 100 times, huh? When we haven't.
All right, so that's exactly the idea the customer wanted. He wanted to block out the third brake light, but as you can see with transparent, it just shines right through anyways. But he did add a gloss black vinyl. What was that, matte black? Yeah, matte black vinyl to cover it. But even then, even if that wasn't there, you can still see the third brake light. Everything shines right through. That's what it is.
Yep. So it is not gonna break, guys. This is 1/4 inch. Look how thick that is. It's pretty thick. So if you use 1/8 inch, it's definitely gonna break. So I do recommend using 1/4 inch material. But obviously, if you're using some cheaper plastic, you know, like ABS or something, Definitely 1/8 could work, you know what I mean? But what they say, the thicker the better. The brake duct covers, deletes, however you want to call it. We're almost done with it. We just got to throw it on the machine and engrave it.
All right, so yeah, we already got the brake duct deletes already cut out. Same type of material, but with 1/8 inch. It's already cut, sanded, ready to go. Just got a popper and the glow for fit just right there.
Yes, sir.
Just like that.
All right, guys, we're almost done. I'm waiting for the machine to finish the brake covers. Look how long it's taking. So it's taking 52 minutes on the machine. I'm engraving the tribal right now. You can kind of see it. So it's engraving. Yo, look it. So we got one of these printed out. So it's actually, where's it going? Oh, right there. Yo, that is tight. Yo. Where'd you get those? Though? All right, but yeah, you see the concept. So we did the holes right here in the center. So it's gonna mount on that center bolt and nut. Nice washer. Yes, sir. And we are finishing mounting the splitter attachment. Yee. As you can see, it got really dark so fast. But we are wrapping this car up. Ready to call Sean over. Screwing the last finishing touch.
Big
Screw.
Sean.
We got a washer right there. Nutter. Bam. Kapow. And bam. Kapow. So,
How's the fitment? Holes line up?
I mean, it looks pretty good.
Why am I even asking? Of course it does.
Sheesh. All right. We are finishing up. We got one side on. Bolt and nut. NRG washers. We're going to do the other side and put the bumper back on and show you guys how it looks. All right. Yo, we got everything mounted on now. Check it out. Yo, look at that. Clean. Nice and clean. Front splitter attachment. Alright guys, now you see it. Bumper is on. We got the splitter on right here. Fog duct. It'll be nice.
It'll help to get
Or brake duct.
Get everything I need.
Bam. Gurney flap. There it is. That's looking clean. Alright guys, now you see it. We finished this car up right here. So if you guys want to see more content, feel free to drop down some comments. What do you guys want us to do next? What kind of custom stuff you guys want to see? What cars you want us to work on? I do have a 2022 BRZ coming in July. So I am going to be working on that and vlogging that whole build process. So you guys don't want to miss out on all these DIY tips that we give you guys. So you guys can work on your builds. Subscribe.
Good process, game set.